This guide focuses on importing HR employees' card in Flex databases. Instead of entering many records manually, this functionality offers administrators to create employees in a bulk. The import option is available in two places: System Settings and HR Database itself. First, we will navigate to System Settings. User with relevant permission can access the Data Import section. All the grids with import functionality are available here. The Data Import grid is filterable. In this tutorial, we will filter out only the parts relevant for the employee's card import, HR Database and System Settings, HR Database. Before importing employee's card, administrator needs to make sure that the HR references such as classes, departments, job titles and offices are available in the system. It is possible to create these references manually in System Settings, or import them using this Data Import tool. For each of the sections in the Data Import grid, there is a Select action available. The Select action opens up a grid with fields. Only the fields visible on this grid can be imported using the Excel Data Import. Even if the field exists in the employee card, if it is not present on the fields grid, it cannot be imported using this tool. If a field is mandatory, and should not be empty in the Excel file, it will have a checkmark present in the required column of the fields grid. The key fields give the employee a combination for uniqueness. For example, first name, last name and email will be unique for each employee. That is important as this tool is used not only for creating new entries, but also for updating already existing ones. The key fields are the main reference fields for this recognition. Import tool has validation checks. For the employee's card, it is the same validation which is used during the creation of a new employee card in HR database. The import window is opened by clicking on Open button. As mentioned in the beginning of this tutorial, the same window can be accessed in HR database itself, by clicking on Excel Import option above the employees grid. To start the import, the Excel file needs to be added. Excel for importing should be prepared in advance. Mandatory fields need to be present, and the others are optional. Once the file is successfully loaded, the administrator may proceed to the next step. If the Excel file contains multiple worksheets, a specific one can be selected from the drop-down menu. You can select columns data or rows data table structure to be applied to the imported data. Data derived from the selected worksheet is presented accordingly. Once the worksheet is selected, the administrator may proceed to the next step. The mapping step can be performed by manual selection of the options in the adequate drop-down menus. The other option is to auto-map the data. The Auto Map button allows the system to recognize the fields and performs the mapping. It can be used if the Excel header shares the similar name to the corresponding system fields. The mapping can be saved by clicking on Save Mapping button. The name of the mapping template can be inserted as a free text. If saved, the same mapping can be reused, thereby saving time for future activities. To start the import process, Start Import button should be clicked on. In case of errors, the problem rows are marked red, and the import error column shows the error details. By default, if there are multiple rows in the imported Excel, and the error is not present in part of the entries, the data will not be imported. To override this logical control, administrator should unmark Rollback Entire Import when individual record failed checkbox. In this case, the correct rows will be imported, while the ones containing errors will not. Once all steps are performed, the data is visible in the Employees section of HR database. After the employees are created in the system, they can be assigned to the project team. To assign multiple people to multiple projects, administrator can use Mass Assignment or Data Import option in System Settings. If there are multiple employees that need to be assigned to the same project, same role and same start date, the Mass Assignment is the preferred tool. If users need to be assigned to multiple projects, multiple roles, and different start dates, Project Team in Data Import Tool is the preferred option. The guide covered the process of importing HR employee data in Flex databases. Please note that the Data Import tool offers importing options in other modules as well. If the table name is shown in Data Import Grid, administrators can import this information using the prepared Excel file. Additionally, the same data can also be imported using the API.